Some people do better with change and new things and new experiences than others, and that's simply due to personal preferences and personal differences. What I want to bring up in this episode is the importance for everyone to allow themselves to be exposed to new things and new experiences on a regular basis. If we forsake anything new, we get comfortable in our ways, eventually we get stuck in our ways. And that prevents us from being flexible, from being able to adapt as needed. And frankly, it will contribute to us feeling stuck and actually being stuck. One of the biggest things in effective stress management means adaptability, being able to go with the flow, pivot as needed, and change as necessary. The other thing about staying the same all the time is that it can lead to things such as rumination, being stuck in the same thoughts over and over again, especially when these thoughts don't serve us, does absolutely nothing for anybody, especially when we're talking about stress management. But I do understand that not everybody is big on big change, nor should you need to uproot your life every day in order to manage stress properly. What I propose is that you expose yourself to micro novelties, little changes, multiple times a week. It doesn't even have to be every day. When we do expose ourselves to new experiences, new things, new situations on a somewhat regular basis, that allows us to continue to grow and expand our horizons. It allows for our brains to learn how to experience change in a safe and non-threatening way, because remember, we're talking about micro changes or micro novelties. It allows your brain to make new neural connections. These are all good things. And it keeps things like being stuck or rumination away. It can broaden your perspective and lift your mood at the same time. What could be better? So what are we talking about? What kind of micro novelties could you introduce into your life in such a way that they're not threatening but still beneficial? Not disturbing, but still do a lot for you. It could be very simple things. For example, if you go for walks, you could change your walking route. Maybe you could change your walking route for a week, or maybe you could change it every time you're out taking a walk. Continuing with the theme of movement and exercise, perhaps you could try some new exercises or new equipment at the gym. You could try a new herb or spice that you've never tried before and incorporate it into a meal that you make for yourself and your family. You could try a new tea or a new coffee. If you're a reader, you could pick up a book by an author whose work you've never tried before. You could try learning a new language. It could be as simple as 10 minutes with an app on your phone. You could change up your morning or your evening routine. For example, maybe you could change the order of how you do things when you get ready in the morning, or what you do at night to get ready for bed. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. You could just switch or reverse the order of 2 things on your list of the things you do to get ready for the day or to get ready for bed. These are really simple things. You can brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, you could brush your teeth with your left hand. You could try listening to different kinds of music than what you normally listen to. You could try something new like meditation or breathing exercises. Again, it doesn't have to be a big deal, just enough to be a novelty, a mini novelty in your daily experience, in your regular life. There are a couple of rules that I would like to include with this idea of micro novelties in your life. Keep it safe and keep it short. Don't do anything that would be harmful or foolish. And keep it to 10 or 15 minutes at a time so that it's not overwhelming or stressful for you. The other thing to remember is don't overwhelm yourself with this every day. Pick the kind of weekly cadence that makes sense to you. You could do 3 days a week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Try whatever works for you and feel free to adjust it as needed. The importance is that you give this a try. Introducing these micro novelties, these little changes into your life, allows you to keep yourself open and flexible so that when big changes come your way, you are not a stranger to change. Even if you're not big on change, practicing these micro novelties will help you to navigate change with more ease. This can only be helpful, especially as you're working to manage stress effectively and more easily. Remember, being flexible, being resilient, being adaptable, those are all keys to our success when it comes to stress management. Take some time today to come up with ideas of how you can introduce these little changes into your life and get started on it today. Give it a week and see if you can feel a change, if you can feel better about being in situations where you have to pivot, where you have to adapt. And remember, practice makes better. So keep at it, and you too can reap the benefit of these micro novelties in your life. If you'd like to learn more about a comprehensive approach to stress management, check out the links below.